Welcome to Make Possible Bitesize, a weekly podcast brought to you by Permutive, championing change in publishing, advertising, and beyond. Each episode, we chat to an inspiring guest about their careers, their lives, and how they're making change possible. Let's bite right in.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kristy Schafer, the VP of Americas at Permutive. Welcome to Make Possible Bitesize, a podcast series in which we're inspiring people to share how they're championing change and making a real difference in their field. We'll be asking a few thought-provoking questions to our guests, getting their answers in less than 10 minutes, and sharing them with you all. Today, I'm extremely excited to welcome Steph Lacer, VP Advertising Technology and Operations at publishing company News Corp. You may know her. She's Prebid's #1 fan, and she's doing a lot on publishers' behalf. She's the head of the publisher task force. Let's take back the stack. I'm giving you that tagline, Steph.
that should be my tagline.
And chair for identity for Prebid. So she's doing a lot. Welcome, Steph, to today's Make Possible.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. Are you excited for today's show?
I'm so excited for today's show.
Good stuff. Well, let's kick off with our first Make Possible question. It's a big one, and I'm very keen to hear what you have to say. What are you, Steph Lacer, most proud of?
So I think, to be honest with you, our industry has changed a whole lot over the past 10 years, and it moves fast. I'm really proud that I'm a part of it. I'm proud that I have a voice in it, and that I'm able to, and that people listen to me, and that they take my opinions seriously and think that I have good ideas. I think collaboration, sharing ideas, building things together, that's some of the stuff that I'm most proud of. I think all of us acknowledge the fact that we don't have all of the information ever in our own brains. And so we reach out to the people that we do know. And so I'm proud that we seem to be changing things. We seem to be changing them against like impossible odds a lot of the time. And we seem to be coming together in ways that I think we've never come together before. So that's really what I'm most proud of. It's me and the industry as a whole, I think.
Amazing. And I do think I see in market your opinion. It holds a lot of weight, and you're very knowledgeable. What recommendations would you make to someone who's maybe early in their ad tech career to follow a similar path or to make an impact on the industry?
Sure. So I didn't learn ad tech in college. Right? It was not something you could major in. It was not something that you would understand. So I spent a lot of time early in my career. I mean, not even just early in my career, always just talking to people. If I found somebody who was more knowledgeable than me in something, or they understood something more than me, I always asked questions. And I had a lot of really great mentors in my life. One of my great mentors is Jana Moran, and she always asks questions. She asks questions over and over again, and learning that from her was really, really great, because then I knew that in order to really get a good handle on this industry, that I needed to find people who I thought were smart in areas that I just didn't get, and just keep asking questions and retaining that information, writing it down, doing research, looking at it. I spent a lot of time going to the happy hours, which, I mean, it's COVID time, so that's difficult, but going to webinars, all of the different things that we do to learn more, because we all see things differently, and you can actually change your mind. It's okay to change your mind and decide that someone has an idea that jives now better with the way that you thought before. And so I would say just ask questions, find people, connect. Networking, that has always been something that's been really important to me in my career.
Amazing. And question asking is such a good tactic, and great shout out to Jana there. She's been a mentor to many people. So our second question is a little bit more future facing. What are you focusing on today to move onward and upward at work? And there's a lot happening, so very important topic.
Definitely. So I think one of the things that's great about News Corp and working at a publisher is that editorial instincts run deep. They're in essentially your the backbone of everything that you do. And now we're learning to balance editorial instincts with data. And that's a really, really fascinating transformation, and something that I've always really loved and enjoyed. If you purely let the data push you towards something, I think you don't make as principled ideas happen, as I think we're able to do at News Corp. I would say also moving towards those decisions being done in real time is super good for us. And getting deeply involved in industry initiatives. Like it's become very clear as we move forward that we need each other, right? And we need each other to be able to make this industry better. We need each other to be able to, create a better user experience for our user base. We need each other to be able to do things that make sense, to be able to grow our businesses and create standards. So I think that's a huge thing that I'm focusing on at work today.
Great. And just a question for you, that first point, I think is an important one. One topic that often comes up in line with that is, how do you protect the integrity of journalism while still leveraging data? What's your approach to that, and have you had any challenges with that, finding the right balance?
Yeah, I think one of the great examples of it is News, which is our platform. It's our news aggregator that we have. And essentially what we do is we use AI technology to help us surface articles about a particular topic. And then the way that it actually appears on the website is curated essentially by editors. So it's taking two different pieces and pairing them together, being able to take data, but then also being able to take people and to make that a better experience. Because we've seen, especially with a lot of the big tech platforms, that if you go purely against data, that you oftentimes can create a lot of biases that exist.
Absolutely. So last question for you here is, what's been your guiding light and philosophy in life at News Corp as a publisher in making things possible?
Yeah, so I think we have a lot of philosophical discussions in this industry where we talk and we share ideas and all that kind of stuff. All of those philosophical discussions have to eventually be translated into action. So you should always finish those conversations with like, what are we going to do? What are the next steps? What are the things we have to research? What are the things are we going to go to? Because if you're going to make something possible, you've got to really take those ideas and you've got to boil them down into actionable things. And so I would say that is probably the thing that I rely on, is like, we can have this meeting, we can talk about the things that matter and the things that we should move forward and have these philosophical discussions. But at the end of it, how are we going to move forward? What are the things we need? Let's try to make something happen.
Absolutely. And right now you're out in the field doing that very actively, which I think is great representation of that philosophy.
Thanks.
What do you want to share to the other publishers out there that maybe aren't taking as much of an active voice? Maybe they don't understand, or they don't have the resource, but what are some steps that different publishers can take to help ensure that the Publisher Coalition does take back the stack and that publisher data does hold a lot of weight in the future of ad tech?
Yeah. So get yourself as informed as possible. I think AdTech Twitter is one of the greatest resources for me that I love to be a part of, and then also to read from, because I think I learn a lot from that. Keeping involved in the industry trades, getting involved in all of the different consortiums and all of the different groups. Join prebid.org. If you're a publisher, we want your voice. We want you to participate. And I think oftentimes publishers sometimes go, oh well, we have other things to concentrate on, other things, and think very short term. We need to make sure that we're thinking super long term, and that we're able to build the industry that we want to be a part of for the years to come.
Absolutely. And So I'm just going to call out for your team, as Steph mentioned. I know she's fighting the good fight at pre-bid, and she needs some more weight in the ring with her. So please look into it.
Need some more publishers. Come on, publishers. Come join me.
Take a stand. Make this possible. That's all we have for today. So thank you so much for joining us, Steph. Really appreciate your insights, and take care.
Thanks for having me.